Welcome back to a new episode of the Buko Boys.
Oh, my shoulder. Oh, what happened?
I don't know what happened.
Carrying the weight of this podcast from 2021 into 2022.
Oh, shit. Can you help with that?
What's up, everybody? We're back.
Yeah, it was a little holiday break we took. So.
Oh, much needed for me. Thank you guys. I need a little break. I need some relaxation. Had some fun plans with the family, and man, we had a blast this holiday. It flew by for us.
This whole year flew by. This whole 2021, just blink of an eye is gone.
Yeah, now we're in 2022, new season of the Buko Boys.
And we still don't have flying cars yet. Kind of upset about that.
That's a good point.
Yeah. Thanks a lot, gasoline makers who kept us primitive for all these years.
Yeah, so relying on your oil and gasoline.
Could be relying on anti-gravity stuff by now.
Well, brother, how was your holiday? Your end to 2021.
It was pretty fun, nice and chill. Just kind of hung out and I don't know, just stayed busy.
Yeah, mine was not chill. It was just fun because, like I said, we had plans every weekend. So since Thanksgiving, we've had plans every weekend until the new year, and it was just a blast, and it flew by because I remember it was like a couple days before Christmas, and I thought, wait, didn't we just have like Thanksgiving dinner last weekend? It feels like it just flew by.
It did.
And anyway, it was a blast, and we had fun with our family and had a lot of food, and now I'm ready for 2022.
A whole lot of food. I feel like I need a whole new diet and a whole new workout plan.
Oh well. Me and my wife, we are on a diet, different type of diet. So she's been dealing with rheumatoid arthritis for about 18 years now. And, she's been kind of reading up on things that, inflame her joints and things like that. So she's been reading up on it. And, there's some things that she's aware of. And she finally was like in a lot of pain. Maybe it's from all the food over the holidays. I don't know.
Now she has gout and arthritis.
Yeah, and so now she's just saying, I finally need to just like change up our diet. So we've been kind of changing up our diet, and I'm adapting to her, so it makes it easier for her. But there's certain things that like inflame, like animal product, basically. Eggs and chicken and beef, like animal product. Affects wheat. So like basically gluten kind of inflames the joints. So we're kind of going to like we're going to a lot of like veggies and quinoa and things like that right now, and so I'm adapting also to change to her. And this coming up week, we might be doing some colon cleanses.
Oh, right. You're going to pull a snake out of your butt.
Yeah, something's going to come out of there. We're definitely shooting some water pressure up in there. So that's going to be, she has her first appointment this week, and we're going to schedule mine.
Have you seen when they pull out like the inner lining
of your intestines?
Yeah.
Yes. I haven't seen the extraction of it. I've just seen the product.
Yeah. I haven't seen an extraction either, but yeah, the end result looks like a snake shedding. But
so it's like apparently, like since the day you were born, there's things that just line the inside of your intestines, and they just kind of are still there.
Well, I'm sure the shitty American diet is probably the leading cause of that.
And but we're eating like a lot of fiber-rich foods.
Oh, that'll clean you out.
Yeah, I've been pretty regular lately.
Good for you. Good for you.
TMI.
I'm happy for you.
Well, let's get into the episode. No one's here about my regulation.
Oh, all right.
Regular BMs.
BMs.
All right, we got a news article. So you're talking about how we don't have flying cars yet in the kind of world we're living in. Well, we're in the world where now the Hasbro toy company owns Death Row Records, gangster rap records. How
crazy is that?
Yeah. How did this even come up?
I don't know. Well, the company's just for sale. I guess they're just pretty much bankrupt, and there's really nothing.
You mean Suge Knight's still not involved?
So I mean,
he's too busy running people over.
Yeah, or in prison. But yeah, the company still exists, and yeah.
Is anyone on the label?
I don't even know if anybody's on Death Row Records anymore.
I'm gonna look.
Yeah, who has a contract with them? That would really suck.
Yeah,
because now you belong to toys.
Well, that sounds right. This little Uzi Vert should be on it. Then he seems like a toy character.
That sounds like a toy.
Yeah, he sounds like a.
I got my little Uzi Vert.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, who else? Any of these, like, 6ix9ine, Tekashi. He seems like someone that should be on.
Yeah, he does seem like a.
He seems
character.
like someone that should be owned by Hasbro.
Lil
Uzi Vert. Who else? These are cats that seem like they should be owned by Hasbro. Yeah, I'm not even call it Death Row Records. I'm calling it Hasbro.
Hasbro Records.
Hasbro Records. They should be owned by Hasbro. They seem like cartoons.
Could you imagine if the Autobots come out with a rap now?
Autobots. That would be good. Yeah, those guys should be on it. I do think that's funny that Hasbro bought it.
But I'm just curious to what they're going to do with Death Row Records. Are they going to continue it as a music label, or do they buy it just because it's funny, just so they can say they own it?
Yeah, good question.
Like as an owner of the game of it. I mean, if Death Row Records presented itself and it was affordable to me,
yes,
I would probably buy it.
Okay.
So I can see like the owner of this maybe was a fan of rap when he was growing up, and that was just like his shit.
I love Death Row Records.
Everybody did.
Oh.
So imagine, now that you're an adult and you have Hasbro money.
Yeah.
Here comes an offer with, hey, Death Row Records is for sale. And guess what? I got Monopoly money coming out of my ass. Buy it.
Yeah. I mean, I think Death Row they won the East-West battle in the 90s. I think Death Row Records single-handedly won that battle.
Well,
in my opinion.
I mean, when you had Bad Boy Records, Biggie was like their go-to.
Yeah.
And then when he passed away, I mean, the West Coast still had just artist after artist. And then, I mean, P. Diddy was just putting out like remakes, dancing in circles.
Yeah, with Mace.
Yeah. They were just redoing things that already existed and spinning in circles in their videos, but...
Yeah. Oh, those are good times. Oh, I miss those days. That's when rap was
simpler times.
It was simpler times. Rap was good. They weren't cartoon characters.
Politically correctness was barely a thing.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, it was so fun. You could freely just say the N-word. No, it's really...
Call people R's and F's and...
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, God.
The 90s. What a time.
Oh, it was a good time. I saw, funny enough, I just saw a picture somebody posted, it was on Instagram, what would Tupac look like if he was alive today? He looked like just an older guy with, like,
just wrinkles. He just looked the same with the wrinkles.
Yeah. But the thing is, like, you look at Snoop Dogg doesn't really have much wrinkles.
Well, it's funny, too, you look, someone did the same thing, but with Brittany Murphy.
Oh.
And the only thing that changed was her hair.
Yeah. That's funny.
But remember when I was talking about the flying cars thing?
Yeah.
There's a BMW that changes colors now that you talked about, and then I seen it.
Oh my gosh, what do you think of that?
I think that's really badass.
I think it's the start of something really badass.
But here's another thing I just thought about too. This is where a new way for artists to make money.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine creating skins for your car that you can purchase.
Right.
So you can...
Or advertising.
Yeah, advertising so people, you can get paid for having that on your car. But imagine that, like, you want a certain design on that, and you have to pay an artist to design that and submit it to BMW so you can put it on your car.
Yeah, so basically the BMW, it was at one of those car conventions, and I think it's an electric car, and it's the technology like a Kindle. That's what they were I saw a story on. It's like the technology of a Kindle. How you have the Kindle, and it's, just a black screen, you turn it on, there's like a white screen with the black letters on it. And then, as you flip pages, it changes. Right? So basically it's changing.
It's just pixels all over the car.
Yeah, it's just pixels. But I'm not interested in this car per se, but I'm excited for what it's the beginnings of, or what it could be the beginnings of. Because it could be the beginnings of, you can change your car's color. If you're in the mood, if you're like, in a yellow mood today, you can have a yellow outfit and change your car to yellow. If you're in a, tiger mood, you can change your car into like a tiger stripes. I just like what the future holds for this. And like what you say, how you can add skins, maybe there's like a download. But it's a future where you basically just say, hey Siri, hey Alexa, hey Google, start my car. I know, I turned yours on. I probably turned a lot of people's on.
Yeah, knock it out.
Alexa, shut up.
Just don't talk to her no more.
We can say, hey, start my car. Hey, change my car to purple. It's like it's just like the beginnings. Hey, pull my car around front. And it's like the beginnings. of what could be really awesome.
Oh,
That's what I'm excited. So I'm not excited about per se this car. I'm just excited what it's the start.
But I wonder if that's going to create a headache for the DMV when it comes to your car description.
I mean, it could be, but really, I don't think, and I don't know.
Because there's already wraps. You can wrap your car already. So that already in itself, but it's not.
Well, I, as far as I know, I can just drive into like a mechanic shop or a detail shop and just have them paint my car and not have to report it. Like, I kind of just pull in and say, hey, I want to put a lift on my truck, and then, can you just paint it instead of being white? Maybe I kind of want it silver now. He's like, you have to report that? I don't even know.
I think when you register it, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
See what I'm saying? So, I mean, I just think they look at license plates and VIN numbers, really. It's like, I mean, the car helps, especially when you're like in a high-speed chase. You're like, hey, we're looking for a silver, Chevy. So it makes it easier. But, also, if there's a car running away and it's going 100 miles an hour, it's also easy to spot. Oh, that must be the one that's just going 100 miles an hour.
Okay, that just gave me an idea. What about the whole? Okay, you're in a heist.
Okay.
Now you got your rubber mask on and you're running from the cops and you hop in your getaway car.
Yeah.
Well, not only is the whole car itself color changing.
Yeah.
But where the license plate goes is color changing as well.
So I don't know about that.
Well, I'm just saying, people will come up with a technology based off of this. The whole with the paint, changing color paint.
And you do that now with LEDs.
Right. But now they're gonna, just the ideas are just coming out there now. Now they're gonna have a pretend license plate on there, and then change the license plate and the color of the car.
They can do that now. You can just make an LED screen, put it on your car, and change the LED screen now.
Well, of course you can, but nobody's thinking about it yet.
Okay. We're the first.
Yes. I'm coming up with the ideas for other robbers. You're welcome.
As a former robber.
As a former robber and thief.
That is hilarious.
But, yeah, that's pretty wild just to see what's going to happen. Hopefully they fly. Holy shit. Hopefully cars will fly.
That's the next step. First we got to change the colors. Then we get them.
Then we can fly.
No, then we get them all electric, and then we get them airborne.
Yes.
Or solar, or something. I do like the idea. I just saw another funny video. It was everyone's standing on the street, and these nice cars are pulling out, and they're like Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and they're like they kind of slowly pull out, and then they take off, and they're like, right? Mm-hmm. And then another vehicle comes out, and it actually, funny enough, is a BMW. And I don't know what model it is. It looks like a Lamborghini or Ferrari, but it's electric. And so they pull out, and then the driver goes, and they take off because it's purely silent, And everyone just was laughing that was videoing. It was pretty funny because it was the driver that did. It was good.
I was actually picturing that in my head right before you said that.
Oh.
I was thinking, it'd be funny if an electric car did that and the person was making the noises.
Yeah. I wonder what would win. Would this BMW electric win over these? I don't know. I like to see. I mean, look, it did look fast. I don't know. I mean, you got Tesla, and that thing's pretty fast.
Oh, it's the fastest there is.
So I am curious, like, what would win in a quarter-mile race?
Oh, the electric all day.
Oh, really?
All day. It's the takeoff of the line. It's instant torque, instant power. You're not waiting for things to fire up, so you're gone, and you're not changing gears. So in gas and in gears, you're having to change, and there's a little delay, that little pause, and it takes off again.
Okay.
There's none of that in electric, so you're just gone.
Our cousin Tammy got my daughter, our baby, a little Minnie Mouse. Little car, a remote control car. It's on a little track, and she's 2 years old. So it's not like nothing fancy, It's just a small little track, and she puts on the track, and she has a remote control, and it just goes around in circles, and she gets a kick out of it. And I took it off the track and just started zipping around the living room on the hardwood floor, and that thing has some zip to it. I was like, whoa, this is a AA powered little remote Minnie Mouse car, but it had some pep. I was like, oh wow, okay.
Well, yeah, electric cars, remote control cars. Like as soon as you hit it, this goes, and that's the same thing as an electric car.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
But yeah, let's go for a ride.
Okay. All right. I got a funny story.
Oh yeah, so you were talking about this, but I didn't want to hear it yet.
Okay.
Because this is too good to be true.
All right. There is a fighter in He used to be in the UFC. Now he's in Ryzen. It's a Asian fight league. There's also MMA. His name is Yoshinori Hori. And he claims that he was, quote unquote, deceived into performing sex acts on men. He is a straight man, and he was deceived into this. So, this is what he was saying, all right? He's 26 years old. He went on social media to kind of reveal this story. This is what he said, and he put this on. I mean, I think he's Japanese based on his name.
Yeah.
But this was all in kanji, so this is what they translated to. He said, 5 years ago, when I was with a friend, I was told that I could get money just by hand jobs in Shibuya. So I followed him, but I thought it was like, I just thought it was like that. And he kind of put LOL. I was told to hide my face with a solid mask, and it was explained that it was, that's just how it was. I was deceived in various ways, and I just didn't have the money at the time to do martial arts on my own. I got 20,000 yen in less than an hour. I don't know what that is. 20,000 yen is how much dollars? I phrased that for you. It was like $175.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
All right, I got 20,000 yen. I did phrase that funny in this series. That's funny. So I got like $175 in less than an hour. But, that was pretty big. That's what she said. I was able to face martial arts in a short time. I mean, okay, this is translation, so it's not translating properly, but I was able to face martial arts in a short time, exceeding the amount of 2 days of part-time work. Right. Check out the story. This is a gentleman in Japan. He's an MMA fighter, fights for Ryzen organization, used to fight for the UFC. His name is Yoshinori Hori. Uh-huh. And he claims that he was, quote unquote, deceived into performing sex acts on men. But he himself is a straight man, all right? So he put this on Twitter, all right? And this is what he said. No, he's Japanese, so he wrote this in kanji, and it's translated. It's not gonna be the best. So if it sounds like I'm speaking funny, it's not me. I'm just kind of reading it here, and I'll kind of make my adjustments that I think need to be made. So he said, 5 years ago, I was with a friend, and I was told that I could get money just by giving hand jobs in Shibuya. So I followed him. And I just thought it was like that. I was told, to hide my face, and it was just something that people did. I didn't really have the money to do martial arts on my own. And, a lot of fighters, people don't know this, a lot of fighters, they either have to get sponsors to pay for them, their training, their camps, their travel. For example, UFC, though, they have paid sponsors by Reebok and Venom and Monster Energy and things like that. So anyway, the guy continues. I got 20,000 yen in less than an hour. That's about $175. I got 20,000 yen in less than an hour, and that was pretty big. I was able to do my martial arts in a short time. I was able to exceed the amount of 2 days of part-time work that I did for 8 hours while I was standing. Giving handies. It's pretty painful now, but as long as I'm alive, I can chase my dreams. And I like women. I'm not gay. I've done the money to live to do martial arts.
So how was he deceived?
I don't see him saying I was deceived, so maybe that's why it's in quotes, because they're just kind of maybe saying the article. This is from bjpen.com.
I don't see how he got deceived. I thought maybe he was like...
I thought they took
a tranny came by and he didn't know it was a tranny and they were
when it was in quotes, I thought they were just taking that from the article, that word from the article or from his tweet. Yeah. But now I'm looking, I'm like, maybe they're just interpreting it as deceived. Yeah, I don't really see him being deceived, but it is an interesting.
No, it just sounds like he went into sex work for money.
Yeah, to pay for his MMA beginnings. But yeah, giving handies.
Turning tricks.
That was how he
turning tricks for a living.
So some people get jobs.
Some people get hand jobs.
Yeah. That was the route he took. Good for him. But it's funny. I was like, it's kind of embarrassing now. He said it's painful now to share the story.
Some people get hand jobs. Some people give hand jobs.
Yeah. You a giver or a getter? That's how you need to determine your life right now. You a giver or a getter?
Oh man, that's
forget that after you're a man.
Oh, one thing we did over the weekend though.
Over the holiday week,
yeah. During our long hiatus, we watched some movies.
Yes.
A few of them we'll talk about. The first one, Ghostbusters.
Afterlife.
Yeah, the new Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Oh my god.
The nostalgia and all the feels were there.
It was so good.
Yeah, that one. I liked how and Paul Rudd. That dude's a stud.
Yeah,
everything he does is hilarious.
I think he's 6th man in the world right now or something like that.
Yeah, he is.
Okay.
But I don't see that. But everybody's got to. I guess if you've been in so many movies for so long, then you automatically get it.
All right. It's paid.
I'm sure. Like if you're somewhat attractive, I guess you can make it.
Uh-huh.
Look at Pete Davidson. He's not attractive whatsoever. And look at him, doing all the things.
Oh my goodness! Don't get me started on that.
King Julian. Doesn't he look like King Julian?
I think it was like a pug. That's
more of a pug. Oh,
yeah.
he's too thin to be a pug.
Or his face. I mean.
Well, yeah, but that's where the whole King Julian comes in.
Okay.
Face.
Right. He has a meerkat look to him.
No, lemur.
A lemur, yeah, lemur. That's funny.
But yeah, so Ghostbusters. What about I like how they had all the original cast in there.
Yes.
And it had to do with the original cast members is why everything's going on.
Right. Yeah, and so they basically pretended like that one from 2016 never happened.
Yeah.
That's the one with the all-female cast. Now, as much as I did like that movie, and I find that cast hilarious. I think they're hilarious. I thought the movie was hilarious. I just didn't think it needed to be done.
No, it just didn't fit.
No, it didn't. So, as a standalone movie, I did enjoy it. But
it was more of a Saturday Night Live skit that lasted an hour and a half.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely should not be part of the franchise, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But it was entertaining. But anyway, this movie just continued on, and it was so good. The nostalgia is all there. The emotion is all there. If you watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about at the end. Oh gosh, it was so good.
Yeah, and it had to do with Egon's family and his estranged daughter. That you find the whole story behind that and why that's the way it was, and it was pretty damn good.
Yeah, so basically, I'll kind of give what I can from if you've seen the trailers, but Egon is living on his own. He kind of abandoned everybody. He's living on his own because he's discovered some interesting things. He's basically trying to save the world, and his family kind of comes into town and kind of take over his mission for him.
Not knowingly.
Yeah, and it's so good. It is really so good. This little bodunk town that it takes place in instead of New York City, and it was really good.
It was definitely worth watching. I'll watch it again when
It was definitely worth waiting for because this was delayed because of COVID. So this movie was delayed about a year.
And that little kid from Stranger Things that's in this.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but the
Ben.
What's his name? I don't remember. But anyway, that kid's good. He's a good actor.
Yeah, he is.
I liked him in this one a lot. And then the little sister, she's also good.
She's a great actress. She's been in a lot of different things.
I like just. She had a lot of dry humor.
I was right.
Finn
Wolfhard.
Yeah, this little girl was hilarious.
McKenna Grace, that's her name.
And is she the one from
she's been in a lot of different things.
Game of Thrones?
No.
She was in the little beaver. What is it? Can't remember where it was from.
No, she wasn't. No, she was probably too young at that time.
Okay.
But she's been in a lot of different things. I've seen her grow up. I've seen her in a lot of random stuff. Like she's gosh, isn't she Sabrina? She's Sabrina? No, that's another girl.
Oh, no, yeah, it's way too young to be her.
I've seen her in a lot of different things. From her growing up, I've seen her in all sorts of different stuff. I think she was in that Fuller House.
Oh, she was?
I think.
Okay,
anyway.
but she looked really familiar. But yeah, she was. I liked her comedy acting in this. This was good. Because it was very dry but hilarious.
Yeah, it was good. Anyway, yeah, 2 thumbs up. Definitely go check this movie out.
Definitely. And then the best movies. Oh man, Spider-Man: No Way Home.
Yeah, so I did watch Venom 2.
Oh yeah, along with Venom
and Carnage.
Let There Be Carnage.
Let There Be Carnage. So I did finally watch that during the break, and yes, that was really good. I like how they did it. And then Spider-Man: No Way Home with Doctor Strange. And
okay, but
go into it.
Venom Let There Be Carnage, I was upset that Carnage was done and over with that quick. Like, there should have been at least maybe a 2-parter movie of Carnage just doing all the carnage.
Doing all sorts of carnage.
And then in the second movie, somehow with the multiverse, Spider-Man gets involved. That would have been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
But I did hear something that... So because of the new Spider-Verse and all the Spider-Men are all together now, Andrew Garfield, they're in the talks of him having a 3rd movie. Because he never got a trilogy.
Right.
So...
Was it supposed to be a trilogy?
No, but you see that the first Spider-Man
everyone's had
movie
a
was
trilogy so far but him.
Yes. And so that's why they're like... And because they cut that series short, like there was going to be a lot more going on with that.
Because he murdered somebody. He murdered what's-her-face.
Oh.
He let her
Gwen?
Yeah.
Yes. But they were going to introduce all these new bad guys, and they were going to have like the Sinister Six be a thing, and it just kind of all fell apart and never happened because the MCU started up, and the whole talks of bringing Spider-Man and now Tom Holland.
Well, the merge with Sony
and Marvel. So they had to redo everything again. So that whole Andrew Garfield just was put to an end. But now with this multiverse, they're talking about, let's do a 3rd movie for him now because this was, everybody wants it. Like this whole No Way Home was like they gave the fans what they wanted, and it was awesome.
I don't think they should give The Amazing Spider-Man another movie though.
But here's where I'm talking about coming into play.
Okay.
Because they're saying that Carnage takes place in that universe, in Andrew Garfield's universe. So if that's the case, and Spider-Man does exist in that universe of Venom, then I can see that coming into play with his trilogy, with Venom. But it would have been so much cooler if Carnage was a part of that. Because Carnage and Spider-Man and Venom, like, the Spider-Man and Venom team up to fight Carnage.
Sure.
That would have been so cool.
I know. I totally agree.
But it could be a thing. But not with Carnage, though. But Venom and Spider-Man meeting up and fighting could be a thing, though.
I think they could merge Tom Holland and... Wait, what are their names? With...
Oh, God, now
Who's Spider-Man now?
Spider-Man, Andrew Garfield?
No.
Tom Holland.
And then who does Venom again? Tom Hardy.
Tom Hardy, yeah. I was about to say Eddie Brock, dog.
I think they can still go into a movie together. I mean, the ends of their movies kind of cross over.
Well, yes. And this is where I was a little confused because they were only bringing over people that knew who Peter Parker and Spider-Man was. Like
in this No Way Home movie.
Yes, and so in the No Way Home movie, when he messes up Doctor Strange's spell, only the villains or only characters that knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
What I'm saying is at the end of Venom Let There Be Carnage, the end of that post-credit ties into Spider-Man No Way Home.
Exactly.
So I'm just saying those two
where
Toms can come together.
Right, but this is where I'm talking about. This is what the part that didn't make sense to me. Because you remember, only the people coming through knew that Peter Parker was Spider-Man.
Mm-hmm.
Venom and Eddie Brock's character never interacted with Peter Parker or Spider-Man. So them coming into the universe didn't make sense to me. Because, Doc Ock, Green Goblin, they all knew Peter Parker was Spider-Man. So they came in and it made sense. Where Venom and Eddie Brock had no interaction with Peter Parker and Spider-Man, that part didn't make sense. But they said the symbiote is like a universal being. So it is, the symbiote itself is part of the multiverse and knows all these things. So when this happened, or because of another universe, the symbiote knows, and so that's why it crossed over. That's what I've heard and read. I'm not quite sure on that, but that part kind of was like, wait a minute, now why is he there? So does that make sense to you, what I was talking about?
Yeah, it makes sense to me. Hopefully the listeners makes sense to them, because that was interesting.
So, but I am, now that he did cross over into the MCU, he left a little piece of himself. Now I'd like to see what happens with that, because there's no Eddie Brock in this universe, but Flash Thompson is.
Yes.
And Flash Thompson also carries the Venom symbiote, and he becomes Agent Venom. And Agent Venom does some cool shit. So I'd like to see how that comes into play in the future.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, but I don't think The Amazing Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield should get a trilogy. I don't think anyone will want to watch it now because they're so invested in the MCU, the Marvel Universe, and Tom Holland's Spider-Man that they're not really wanting to go back. That's like
I will.
That's like if Tobey Maguire.
I'll do it. I'll do it. I'll watch that.
You might be one of the few.
I'll be one of the many.
But I think most of them will take overall.
So I also heard these are all just rumors that I've been reading, and I don't know how true they are, but they also are speculating that Emma Stone is going to come out as a Spider-Gwen character as well.
Okay.
But I see her being too old for that now. Like, I think Spider-Gwen needs to be a little bit younger, and I don't know. Yeah, maybe she can pull it off. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know. What do you think about Emma Stone as an actress? Her voice is kind of deep.
A little raspy.
Yeah.
She's alright, yeah. I liked her like in Superbad and stuff. That was a good fit for her.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Those are good fits for her. I can't stop staring at her teeth though when she talks.
Why?
Well, she's got like really big teeth in the front. Like, I don't know if they're like veneers or something like that, but her upper
I never noticed that.
front teeth just really like stick out.
I just can't stop looking at her freckles.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you don't have a soul.
Yeah.
But these movies, though, the Spider-Man movies, the No Way Home and the Carnage, man, those were killer movies.
Good movies. I'd like to see how they cross over at some point.
So what about Ned's whole Filipino thing going on?
Oh yeah, so
so
Ned, is that the name of the show?
Yeah, Ned.
Yeah, so Ned, that's Peter Parker's
best friend,
BFF.
And he's
in real
Filipino.
life Filipino.
And they incorporate that into the movie and show his Lola, his grandma.
Mm-hmm.
And
she's speaking Tagalog.
She's speaking a different dialect. That wasn't Tagalog.
Mm.
But it was just funny how she was...
you didn't know that. You read about it. It's not like you know the difference.
I was recognizing some things weren't clicking with me because I can understand a lot of Tagalog. And there were some things that she was saying that I was understanding what she was saying for the most part. But some of it just wasn't... I was like, I've never heard that before. And then it made sense that she was speaking a different dialect. But it was just funny.
And so Ned is translating to Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, like, hey, you mind getting those cobwebs up in the corner while you're up there because he's crawling on the ceiling?
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
I was watching the decor of the house. I was like, yep, that's very...
And then he even mentions himself because he's just a regular dude. But he even talks about in this interview, he's like, man, Filipino actors and famous people are like really, really attractive. And I don't fit that at all. It was just funny.
It's like nothing like the Buko Boys.
Nothing like the Buko Boys. Like, so dark and because that's like a thing there. Like they're like the actors that are really light skinned and yeah, they all kind of have the same like complexion and look to them.
Yeah. And
he doesn't fit that whatsoever.
He's American.
He looks more like Wong.
Well, yeah. I was surprised actually that he was Filipino. I mean, you can tell he's Asian. I just wasn't sure about what type of rice he was.
Yeah. I mean, he had that look where it could have been like a few different places he could have been.
Yeah. A few different flavors of rice.
Yep.
Yeah, good movies. You guys need to check out if you ever seen Ghostbusters or The Venom or the new Spider-Man. Highly recommended by us. Great films to go see.
Oh, hell yes. I went and seen Spider-Man twice already, and then I rented Venom on Prime and watched it again there.
That's where I watched it.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, damn, I should have just told you. I think you probably could have just picked it up on Prime if I already paid for it, right? Huh. What else? Oh.
Some tragedies.
Yes.
We had some tragedies. We had at the end of, I think it was the end of 2021, our good old friend Betty White passed away.
She was like America's grandma.
Yeah, it was like a few weeks before her 100th birthday. She was 99. And it was just weeks before her 100th birthday.
Yeah, they were, like, all these celebrities were planning, like, this big 100-year birthday party for her.
And when I first saw the article that she passed away, I thought it was fake, because there's been quite a few
There's always fake ones about
her. Betty White and other people. But, like, Betty White is one of those ones you always get fake news about. Oh, Betty White just passed away.
Not until it's TMZ that it's official.
That's when I saw it. I'm like, okay, it's TMZ.
Yeah,
this is real. Yeah. Not just some fake article. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it was like... Oh, that's so sad. Because I really thought she was going to make it to 100.
I thought so too. Because, I mean, with a 100-year birthday party just, a couple weeks away, it didn't seem like... I mean, I felt like she was way older than 100 already.
Oh, because she's looked the same since Golden Girls. I don't. When did Golden Girls come out?
The 80s.
I'm going to look now.
It was the 80s.
85. And she looks the same since 85.
Well, no, if you look at her most recent pictures, she does really look aged.
I'm going to look at this from 1985. Where she is.
Yes, she had looked like that mostly up until about like 2000.
And then I don't know when this picture is. I guess her IMDb picture. Right there. I mean, she doesn't look that much different.
No, I mean, she looks aged, but I mean, she's still like, you could recognize her from an 80s picture to a 2020 picture.
Yeah, so she was born in 1922, so from 85, so she was already 60-something when... She was 60-something when Golden Girls came out.
Right? And then...
Wow.
She's been famous all
like
her whole life.
Yeah. Yeah, Betty White. So that was sad. That was sad end of 2021. And then beginning of 2022, we had Bob Saget just passed away.
Right. It was like both familiar faces in your household growing up.
So if she was America's grandma, is he America's dad from Full House?
No, I don't know.
He did such a good job as Danny Tanner.
He did. So it was funny that he played this wholesome family dad in Full House, and then his other big show was America's Funniest Videos.
Yeah.
And he's dealing with a lot of families there and just a lot of funny stuff.
Dorkiness.
Yeah, dorkiness, whatever. So I always imagined him as just a goofy dad with dad jokes all day.
Right.
And then you see his stand-up comedy, he's all F this, blah, blah, blah. And
but what that
talking
shows
hella dirty.
Because he before he's an actor, he's a comedian.
Oh, yes.
That's who he is. He's a comedian that got into acting, like a lot of them do.
And he just landed this role.
But that just shows what a good actor he is. That's what I'm saying. Is when you think of someone as this role, that means they're a good actor.
Right. If you think of them as their character and that's who they are, they did a good job.
Like when I was watching Modern Family, with Ed O'Neill, that was hard for me because I think of him as Al Bundy. Because why? He did such a good job. Ed O'Neill is not an actor. He's an athlete. I became an actor.
From Polk High.
Yeah. Not
4 touchdowns in one game. You might have heard of him.
4 touchdowns in one game. Oh, that's so good. That is so good. But he played in the NFL for the Steelers.
He did?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah, he was a football player. He's really an athlete, is what I'm saying.
Oh, that's hilarious.
And then he just got injured, got his bell rung a couple times. He's like, I don't want to keep doing this, and he he got cut, so he got into acting.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. And so
I had no idea.
Yeah. So
wow.
he's an athlete, then he became an actor. Like when someone does a role so good, that just shows you what a great actor they are.
Yeah.
Like Betty White, you think of her as America's grandma because of all the roles she plays. But really, she was a raging bitch. No, just kidding.
How dare you?
Just kidding. Blasphemy, I'm sorry. No, rest in paradise, Betty White. No, I've heard nothing but great things about Betty White. Everyone loved her.
Man.
But yeah, so Bob Saget, he just performed. He's 65. He just performed in Jacksonville. He just put it on Instagram what a great performance he had. And then went to Orlando and just died in his room. I don't think they have anything back yet, but
I think it was heart attack.
Yeah,
from the sound of it all, it sounds like.
Well, from what I've read, no drug use involved, no foul play, and I think I read something that he was holding his chest, that his hand was on his chest.
Yeah.
So you might be right. I just haven't.
And then they said that his family line, like his dad and uncles, have all had a history of.
Oh,
attacks.
really? That's got to be it. Yeah.
So.
But I mean, really though, at 65, that's so young. I mean, that's just young in my opinion.
It is now. Like when I look back at his face, and he doesn't look old.
No, he looks great. 65.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks great. I wonder if they have any. I don't know if they have anything for sure yet. I mean, it's only been a week. And so I mean, we're actually a week behind. We were supposed to record last week, and we were going to talk about this. But when we came together to record, we were watching the Chargers-Raiders game for the wild card spot.
Yeah.
And we just got wrapped up into it. And
we went into overtime. That's
went overtime. And we were just kind of watching it at the end of the wire, and the Raiders got a field goal in and won the game. They could have took the tie.
Oh, man.
Could have took the tie and both made it in. Assholes.
Wow, what a dick move. What a dick move. When you're both automatically, you made the tie already. Like, you didn't think this was going to happen? Well, it happened.
Yeah.
You could have settled on the tie, and you're both going to the playoffs. Just run the clock out. You're good. But no. Raiders had to pull a Raider move and just be a dick.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Karma kicked you in your ass.
Yes.
First game of the playoffs. Cut. Good. Ass is handed to you. Yep.
So anyway, we were here at the studio ready to record, and we went into overtime, and the game did anyway, and we just ran out of time to record because then Tim was coming over to record our EVP podcast. And so we're a week behind. We were talking about Bob Saget last week, but we wrapped into a good old foosball. We got wrapped up into.
Yeah. First game I've watched in
exactly
a while.
And the whole season.
Like, I was on a flight. I was coming back from San Francisco when the game started, so I watched most of the, or half the game on the flight. And then when you came over, you finished the rest of the game there, and then in overtime. Man, oh man.
Where's the playoffs? And I'm not interested in it now.
Yep, I'm back into not watching sports again for years.
Well, I've been really into college football. We had our season tickets to the University of Utah, and boy, did they kick ass this season.
Yeah, they did.
They put a stomping on Oregon twice, who was nationally ranked in the possibility of going into the championship playoffs, and the Utes booted them out. We beat them twice in a row. We beat them in the last game of the season, and then beat them in the Pac-12 championship game, which gave the Utes an opportunity to go play in the Rose Bowl against Ohio State. They were just doing awesome, and then at the end, at halftime, they blew a 14-point lead and lost by a field goal. I mean, I'm still proud of what they did this season, especially with the deaths of two team members within 10 months of each other. Still sucks, though, to just lose when you're ahead, but they did awesome.
I thought they were going to take that game.
I did too. Like I just saw the momentum, but then I also saw the momentum start shifting after the half, and it just Ohio State's great. I mean, they're a great organization.
Yeah, they have been for decades.
Yeah, so I'm still happy with what happened, but I like a shot at it with healthier people.
I'm surprised Ohio State's as good. Like, I've been to Ohio. That place sucks. Lots of corn in Ohio. But I also like that where Ohio State is like different than the rest of that's probably like its own little state almost, and then the rest of the state is like awkward to them. I mean, I've never seen so many cross-eyed people in one Walmart than I have in my whole life combined. It was whackness. It was so weird.
I'm not surprised by that.
Right?
It was from Ohio. Rob Lowe. He's from Ohio.
Like, when I see these celebrities from Ohio, I'm like, what part of Ohio? Probably like one little area that has normal people.
He was from Dayton, I think.
Oh, really? No, they're weird there.
But
that's where
also,
a lot of cross-eyed people
I don't know how old he was when he moved, but he also went to high school in California, though. So he wasn't there like all his life. At some point, he did end up in California.
He was conceived in Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, he grew up in Ohio, but at some point, I know he did go to high school with like Robert Downey Jr. and stuff like that in California. So.
At Ridgemont High.
Yes. All right. Well, that was a fun episode. We're back, and we will see you guys next week.
Peace out, everybody.
Bye.